Hello, class. I hope you're having a great day. I think this is pretty cool that I am not here with you guys right now, but I'm able to still teach class and have you guys learn from me. I think that's pretty cool. So, classwork 6.8, least squares regression line, the LSRL. So, in the previous lesson, we learned how to find a unique linear model known as the least squares regression line, LSRL. Today, we're going to continue to analyze data using the LSRL and examine the effects of an outlier on the data. So make sure you have your blue sheet handy. I know we glued it in our notebooks. We're going to use it today. I'm not going to put it on camera. I'm just going to refer to the steps. So, hey, we're on step 1 or step 2 or whatever step we're on. All right, question A. Use your graphing calculator to find the equation of the LSRL. Make a sketch of the LSRL on the graph provided. That graph's on the back, so we're going to flip it over in just a couple minutes. But let's create that line first. So because this is the first time we're using the calculator today, we are going to go through all the steps. So step number 1 says resetting your calculator. You want to hit second plus 712. So on the calculator, second plus 712. And your calculator should say RAM cleared. Next step, number 2, turning diagnostics on. Press mode. Then hit the up button 3 times. So up right here, 1, 2, 3. And you should see on your screen it says Stat Diagnostics. It's flashing on the off right now. You want to hit over and press enter so that the Stat Diagnostics is now on. Entering your data into L1 and L2. Next thing is to do is press Stat, enter. Stat right here underneath the delete button, Stat, enter. Bringing up our list. Now we've got to enter in our data. So minutes played is going to be our X, or our L1. Total points scored for in a season is going to be our Y. So let's start entering all those data points in for L1. So remember it's 2825. Then hit enter so you can go to the next one. 1886. Enter. I'm going to pause the video. Go ahead and enter all those values for minutes played into your calculator. All right, now that I'm done, I like my check. So I can see that there's 14 numbers. You can see L1, it says 14 in parentheses. If I count up the total number of minutes played, there's 14 people on the basketball team, so that's perfect. Now we can start entering our Y values. So hit right, and it'll take us over to L2, and we can start entering those Y values. So 1496, enter, 594, 594. And then 564. And once again, I'm going to pause. I'm going to enter all those values in, and then I'll come back. Perfect. Once again, I can tell in the calculator I've got 14 numbers entered, so that's exactly how many I want. Also, I like to test a couple points just to make sure I entered them correctly. So randomly, I've got here 274, 98. So let's make sure that's one of our values. Yes, that's Sandy Black. Let's check another one. Scroll up a little bit. How about 1919 and 688? Yes, that fits Bill Gurr. So it looks like our data is lined up properly. We can go on to step number 4, so creating that scatter plot. So go ahead and hit Y equals, top left. Then you're going to hit up, enter, down. Once again, up on the directional pad, enter, down. All right, and that plot 1 in the top left corner should be highlighted. Next thing is we want to find our LSRL. This is what the question's asking for. So go ahead and hit stat, right, 4. Press enter a bunch of times so you get down to calculate, and then go ahead and press it one last time. And there is our least squares regression line. So remember Y equals mx plus b, or they have it as ax plus b here. Calculator over there. Where A is 0.5946 and B is negative 208.735. We'll round to 2 decimal places. So for my equation, Y, it'll be Y hat since this is our prediction. So Y hat equals 0.59. That 4 is going to keep our number at 0.59. So 0.59x minus 208.74. So minus 208.74. There is our equation. Now we do want to make a sketch of this on the graph provided. So we've got to do step number 6 on your blue calculator instruction sheet. We have to press y equals and then type in the graph. So let's do that. So y equals, and then let's type in the equation we just wrote down. 0.59x minus 208.74. And then our last step says to zoom 9 it. So zoom 9. And there we go. So there's a list of our graph. There's a list of our line. All right, perfect. So we want to make sure that we graph this on our paper as well. So go ahead and take your paper, turn it over. We've got the points listed there. They look very similar to the calculator. Now we just want to draw that line. So it's going to go, and you want to just try to be as accurate as possible. Look what dots it goes over. Look what dots it goes under. So it's going to go from over here, right underneath that dot there. All right. Go ahead and flip it back to the front. All right, question B, describe the association. When we're looking at this, we've got a lot of points that are really close to the line. So these points are all really close. These few that are up over here, they start getting a little bit out of the line. But because there's so many that are so close to it, we're going to say it's strong. If you did think that was moderate, not the worst thing, but I would take that on a test. It's between moderate and strong. It is just a little bit on the stronger side. It is linear, and it's going in a positive direction. Interpret the meaning of the slope of the line in the context of this problem. So our slope, so remember we're talking about total points scored in a season and minutes played. And remember our slope is also 0.59 here. So for every .59, remember this is 0.59 over 1 as well. So for every 0.59 points, a person played for, it's over 1, so for 1 minute. Or you can say that reversely. So for every minute somebody played, they scored about 0.59 points. Which data point is an outlier for the data? Whose data point does this represent? We look back at our graph. You can look on the back of the paper or look at this one. You can see that the farthest point away is going to be this very, very top point here. And that's going to be Scotty Sortum. And it's the point 3090, 2491. Perfect. All right, go ahead and go on to the next video and we'll finish up question 1.